What's up, Seahawks Nation? There's something different happening in Seattle, and if you really feel this team, you've already noticed it. The energy's shifted, the locker room's buzzing, and the atmosphere feels like war. The defense is back to being a nightmare, the offense is on fire, but the craziest part, 12s, is what's coming next. There's a new name on the radar, hot rumors flying behind the scenes, and a potential turning point that could completely change the Seahawks' destiny this season. So buckle up, because what I'm about to tell you is gonna hit every true fan right in the heart. Smash that like button, subscribe, and stick around till the end, because what's coming next will leave you breathless. The Seattle Seahawks have rediscovered their defensive identity in a way fans have been waiting for. Against the Jacksonville Jaguars, they racked up 7 sacks on Trevor Lawrence, constant pressure that completely blew up the opponent's game plan. To give you an idea of how wild that is, the Jaguars had been one of the least pressured teams in the entire league. Seattle didn't care. They turned the pocket into a war zone, generating pressure on over 58% of passing plays, the highest rate any quarterback has faced this season. That's not luck. That's system, discipline, and raw talent, and the guy leading that charge is Byron Murphy. The young defensive tackle recorded 7 pressures on his own, 2 of them turning into direct sacks on Lawrence. Mike Macdonald himself was surprised when he heard the number, flashing that smirk of someone who already knew what he had. He said, "Byron had 7 pressures? Just him? Then I was right about him." And he was. Since training camp, Macdonald had been praising Murphy's growth, saying he could become the heartbeat of the pass rush inside the line. And now, it's unfolding right before our eyes. Murphy isn't just another good player. He's the symbol of the Seahawks' new defensive DNA, that aggressive, smart, and unified style the coach has preached since the day he landed in Seattle. Last season, the rookie was still fighting for space, logging only half a sack the entire year. But now, in his second season, he's owning the middle of the line, opening lanes for the edge rushers and completely changing how offenses have to block Seattle. With him in the mix, the Seahawks are back in the top 10 in almost every pressure metric in the NFL. And the biggest change isn't just in the numbers, it's in the confidence. This group believes again. Macdonald has full control of the locker room and did something rare, united veterans and young guys under the same mindset. The defense is scary again. Offenses are starting to fear Seattle's defense once more, and that sound you're hearing? It's the rhythm of Murphy slamming quarterbacks into the turf. But while the present is shining, the future's already being mapped out. The front office is looking ahead with a clear plan to keep reinforcing the unit that's being reborn. According to Bleacher Report, one name emerging as a possible 2026 NFL draft target is Auburn's edge rusher Keldrick Falk, a freak athlete catching everyone's attention across the country. The guy's only 20 years old but stands 6 feet 6 inches and weighs 285 pounds of pure explosion. Analysts have compared him to DeMarcus Lawrence, that same rare combo of size, strength, and relentless motor, the perfect fit for the defensive philosophy Seattle's building. He's still raw, but the upside is insane. Scouts describe him as a 3-point stance lineman, more natural down in the dirt than standing up as a pure edge, which makes him ideal for Macdonald's hybrid scheme. The plan would be simple: let a young powerhouse develop while learning from Seattle's veterans. And if there's one team that knows how to turn raw prospects into defensive monsters, it's the Seattle Seahawks. Falk arrived at Auburn as a 4-star recruit and made an immediate impact. Since then, his game skyrocketed: 45 tackles, 11 for loss, 7 sacks, and a forced fumble in just 12 games, numbers that made him one of the SEC's best defenders. This year, he's kept up the pace with 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, and 3 pass breakups in the opening weeks. Bleacher Report ranked pass rush as one of Seattle's top 3 needs for the upcoming draft, and they're right. Boy Maith is entering the final year of his contract, and Uchenna Nwosu, though still under deal, has an opt-out clause. If either one leaves, Seattle could move aggressively to replace them. And the timing couldn't be better. With a rejuvenated defense and a creative coordinator, adding a young beast like Falk would be the natural next step to keep this dominance alive for years. If that speculation turns real, the future of Seattle's defensive line could be flat-out terrifying in the best way possible. And while the defense is stealing headlines, the offense is putting on a show too. But this time, the star isn't the quarterback, it's a wide receiver who's changing how the whole league sees him. Jackson Smith-Njigba is on the verge of something historic. After being labeled just a slot guy, he's proving to everyone that he's way more than that. 6 weeks into the season, JSN leads the NFL in receiving yards and yards per target, while ranking top 4 in total receptions. Yeah, he's one of the most productive players in the league right now. What's more impressive is his consistency. Every week, he's dependable, sharp, and flat-out dominant. While defenses are still trying to figure out how to cover him, he's quietly building a case for Offensive Player of the Year. Betting odds already have him right behind Colts' Jonathan Taylor at plus 150, JSN at plus 470, but at this pace, that gap could close fast. The numbers say it all. JSN is on track for 119 catches, nearly 2,000 yards, and up to 9 touchdowns, a season that would rank among the greatest in recent memory. And now that his main rival, Puka Nacua, might miss games with an ankle injury, JSN has a massive window to take over. If he keeps producing at this level, it'll be hard for anyone to stop him from grabbing that award. But his impact goes beyond stats. He's changing the entire balance of Seattle's offense. His chemistry with Sam Darnold is undeniable. He's become the go-to guy on third downs, the trusted target in clutch moments, and the spark that ignites the offense when things stall. The way he manipulates defenders with body control, changes direction, and racks up yards after the catch, that's elite stuff. JSN is proving the future of Seattle's offense runs through his hands. And what's fascinating is how that offensive confidence fuels the defense too. The energy from one side feeds the other. What we saw against Jacksonville was a team playing with purpose, chemistry, and hunger to dominate anyone in their way. You could feel the connection, from linebackers to the secondary, from the line rotation to the final whistle, all of it looked like those legendary defenses that once defined Seattle. And the best part? This is just the beginning. Mike Macdonald is building a culture of accountability and belief that's already paying off. Byron Murphy has become the model for the younger players, and the roster showing a level of depth we haven't seen in a long time. Veterans like Jarran Reed and Leonard Williams are thriving because the system amplifies the collective. Seattle's turning into a nightmare for any offensive line, and if a future move like Falk really happens, the sky's the limit. Just imagine a trio of Murphy, Reed, and Falk crashing down on opposing quarterbacks. That would be one of the scariest combos in the NFC. On offense, JSN's rise represents something bigger, a shift in identity. For years, Seattle was known for its power run game. Now, that balance between run and pass is shaping into a modern, unpredictable, high-tempo offense. Clint Kubiak deserves major credit for that. He's understood that to unlock Smith-Njigba's full potential, you've got to give him motion, space, and freedom. The result? Creative routes, smart pre-snap movement, and a rhythm that's sharper every week. That's what makes Seattle so dangerous right now, a suffocating defense paired with an explosive offense. It's the kind of balance that turns good teams into true contenders. What we're witnessing is the rebirth of a Seattle Seahawks team with soul, discipline, and ambition. The defense is feared again, the offense has rediscovered its swagger, and the horizon looks bright with new names emerging. Byron Murphy is proving he can be the foundation of a new defensive era. Keldrick Falk, if he joins, could be the next young star to wear blue and green. And Jackson Smith-Njigba, he's writing a brand new chapter in this franchise's story. These are different pieces of the same puzzle, one that, when complete, could put Seattle right back among the NFL's elite. Now I want to hear from you 12s. Which of these stories fired you up the most? Was it the defensive domination, the pass rusher rumors, or JSN's explosion? Drop it in the comments. I want to know what Seahawks Nation thinks. And of course, if you don't want to miss a single update, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel to keep this amazing community strong, and hit that bell to get every drop of Seahawks news first. If the Hypar option pops up, click it to help us reach even more fans. Here, the fans' voice truly matters. That's why this channel exists. The season's just getting started, and there's a lot more excitement ahead. Stick with us 12s. Let's show the world what our fan base is all about. Go Hawks!